Yo, what is up, programs? Welcome to The Grid, episode 180, Aaron, of The Grid. This is going out to the pub, to the folks at home.
To the pub, to the club.
We're all fam.
We're all fam in the club.
I am Chris Hacker, one of your co-hosts here, and joining me is my BFF, Aaron Knowles.
What's up, homie?
What's up?
What's up, ninja?
I'm not going to try to say that. I just finished up talking to Chip Kid just a moment ago. You sat in on that conversation. That'll be out to the pub because we're all fan in the club. That'll be out to the pub in a couple weeks, but it went great, I think, right?
Horrible.
It's terrible.
No, it was a great conversation. What a well-spoken duo you two are.
Yeah. One of us is very sharply dressed. The other one is me. It was great. It was great to talk to him. I kept calling him legendary because he is, and he did not want to take that. So
a lot of people don't.
They don't necessarily want to hear that, do they?
They don't. But the man himself he's been over 40 years in the comic industry. And if that alone does not make you legendary, then everything else he has done is definitely setting him up for legendary status. No joke. The amount of things that he has done for comics, for books, for the literary community in general.
Yeah.
For academia.
For the world.
For the world. Genius,
for the club.
Legendary. For the club.
That's our running bit for the episode, everybody. That's Aaron and I. Every time there's a lasp. Jesus, my brain is broken from this conversation before. Anytime there's a lapse. Lapse. Thank you. That's what my brain was trying to say. A lapse in a joke or something. We're just going to say in the club, we're all fam.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do. Aaron, speaking of legendary, last night I went to go see One Battle After Another, which is the new.
How was it?
It was good. It was actually.
It's the new. Sorry, I cut you off. It's the new club.
It's the new fam. No, so Olivia and I went to go see it. You know Olivia, right? The love of my life / patron / programmer.
Some of us would call her flavor of the week.
Flavor of the week for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
We went to go see One Battle After Another at the Indianapolis IMAX downtown at the museum. It was 70 millimeter. It was print number 3. And we were one of the first folks to see it in the entire US, which was kind of insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was the early fan sort of thing, how they do that.
Was it good?
Well, let me talk about more things besides the quality of the. No, I'm kidding. Aaron, it's probably my favorite movie of the year. It's a 5 out of 5.
I've heard a lot of people giving this movie like 5 out of 5s, 10 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting because most recently, I think we talked about this, didn't we? Recently, most recent trailer actually makes me want to watch it because every trailer up till now, I've been like, this looks like a fucking mess.
Interesting. I think I remember us talking about it during our most anticipated films of 2025. How I just said like Paul Thomas Anderson, Leonardo DiCaprio, end of my looking into this movie. Like I am seeing it regardless. And PTA is one of my favorite directors of all time. I don't think that's like saying like Michael Jordan is one of the best basketball players of all time. He is just like one of the greats,
Yeah.
Magnolia, There Will Be Blood, Boogie Nights, of course. That's like a top 3 movie of all time for me. Punch Drunk Love. I mean, The Master. There's so many great movies in his filmography. So
I prefer my Paul Anderson's with the WS.
Oh, yuck. I'm curious. Do you have any plans to go see this in theaters?
I don't know. There's nothing that calls me to it.
Besides the fact that I just said it was a 5 out of 5?
Other than that.
It's worth seeing, I think, in theaters. If you can see it on the biggest and loudest screen possible, it's worth it, in my opinion.
Okay. I will take your word for it, but only because it's you.
And it's topical, which is funny. I mean, Olivia and I were talking
like
about
an ointment.
Yeah, it does go. It does feel good on the whole.
Chocolate ass cream.
Preparation ass cream, you ass. This is a topical movie because it's basically about revolutionaries and how like they're people too. You think of like a revolutionary, you think like they're Rage Against the Machine and they're sort of just up against capitalism and man, George's going to fucking destroy the Capitol building because, it's going to really send a message to the system and you're all, that whole thing. But like, that's what this is kind of about, is that like, I mean, it's about a lot of things, and I don't want to get into it too much because I want you to see it for yourself and everyone listening to this.
I definitely see where you're coming from with it being topical though, because I just turned on the news again today after being gone and running some errands. And it was like the first thing I saw was, and we're not going to get too political, obviously, but like the first thing and the last thing I saw was, I guess a gunman had opened fire on some ICE agents at their facility or their headquarters. I'm just like, we are in a timeline right now of revolutionaries. Like people are, and again, I don't wish anybody to die an unnecessary, a death that is untimely, anything like that. But we are in a time right now of revolutionaries, and people are tired of the way the world is going. They're tired of the way our country is being ran. They're tired of so many different things. And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. This is a topical movie at the moment.
Yeah. And that's exactly
another thing that makes me want to go see it.
Yeah, it's exactly that. It literally, the opening scene of the film, again, no spoilers, but like it is revolutionaries doing what they do, and there is a certain point, and I think I've said this here on the show, that like everything should be able to be solved with a conversation, with words, right? Like I think fighting is so stupid and barbaric. It's one of those things that like, you only do when you are an idiot. I think you're either drunk or an idiot, one of the two. Like people who love to fight, really, they interest me because I'm like, who hurt you to the point where you think like hitting something is like the way to answer it, but like that kind of reaction comes when words fail. And I think, as to speak on what you were saying there, I think people start to think that like being loud is not working. So how else do you invoke change?
Yeah.
And again, as you
words
said,
fail, actions rise to the occasion.
Yeah. I'm not advocating for anyone to die. I'm not advocating for anyone to cause violence or destroy property. I think I'm sort of two minds when it comes to destroying property to like send a message. But at the same time, I think that it's important that if people don't feel heard, they have to voice that in a healthy way.
Yes.
In whatever form that might be. But point being is that this movie is incredible. And it's funny that this movie came out when it did in the climate that we're in right now, because this obviously has been in the works for like 5 years. So like clearly this has been on PTA's mind for a while.
And isn't it interesting because a lot of movies get delayed because of like current events?
Mm-hmm. Didn't we just see that with a movie with Jessica Chastain?
I believe so. Yeah.
Apple TV Plus. I'm pulling this out of the recesses of my brain.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
She had a movie coming out with Apple TV Plus and had to do with sort of political violence through espionage and shit. And yeah, I mean, clearly that's a hot topic right now because we're seeing that happening full-fledged. Like our government's not even trying to hide it anymore, personally.
Yeah.
That's the way I view it. But point being is, let's move away from this. Let's really badly transition from this topic, Aaron, into another topic. You had a couple things you wanted to share.
Yeah. So today's an interesting day. And I just want to say that, today is the anniversary. It's Christopher Reeve's birthday, September 25th. He was born in 1952. He passed on October 10th of 2004. Mm-hmm. Obviously like complications from injury, like ongoing injuries after he was paralyzed from, I believe it was falling off a horse.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. There's very few celebrities in my life that I will ever bring up like their death or their life or like, but Christopher Reeve is one of those people that, his family and his legacy, even his son continues to support his legacy as Superman. So, I remember obviously growing up with him as my Superman, my dad's Superman, seeing him in plenty of other films, but he will always be an iconic Superman. And and the way that he faced life after the accident and continued to thrive the best he could, educating people and writing books and just, really cementing his legacy of being the Superman. I just think that, it's important to remember, you know, people who have done great things, regardless of them being an actor or an advocate or a president or whatever. You know, it's important. So I just wanted to bring that up, that it was, you know, today's his birthday, and you know, we are in a time right now where I think, again, throughout especially our country's history, throughout the world's history, there's been a few times where comics have become these pillars of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you'd agree with me on that, Chris, you know, and it's just like, you know, especially after like World War II, and, you know, and
that's why comics were made.
That's why comics were made. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's like, you know, I think it's important to recognize those that, you know, really brought forth that hope in us. And I think right now it's very much needed in our world, that feeling of hope.
Yeah. No, Christopher Reeves, because Christopher Reeve was the 1940s. Christopher Reeves, was that plural? He is Superman, you know. Just speaking of what you were saying a moment ago, and I think
we have it reversed. Christopher Reeve.
Oh, I apologize. Yeah, George Reeves. Reeves was the one from the 40s. Reeves. Christopher Reeve, singular, is the person we're talking about. Point being is that, you know, when celebrities pass, we often, I know I don't really have a reaction because I don't know them, you know, like, yeah, I may be a fan of their work, but like, it's tough to really, I mean, like the one I can think of that really struck me in the moment was, of course, Stan Lee when he passed, because I very vividly remember that. And I was in a comic shop when it happened, when I found out that he passed. So like that will stick with you. But like Christopher Reeve, of course, his legacy will outlive us. And, you know, did you ever end up going to see the Superman documentary, Super Dash Man?
I didn't know.
You should, man. It's Olivia and I went to go see it in theaters when it was out, and it had like a limited release, and it's a tearjerker, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And
I have his books, and I've read his books, and those are hard to get through, but like I knew it would be a little difficult for me to watch that documentary. For me, the celebrity is Robin Williams, for some,
who,
like, you know,
Christopher Reeve was a best friend to.
Yeah.
Funny enough. Yeah.
And so for me, like that was, and it took me a long time to kind of understand, because I didn't understand it. Like I've been very, because of my career, because of you know, a lot of the loss and the things that I've faced during my military time.
Mm-hmm.
Death has become a little bit of I've been desensitized a little bit to it. So when I found out about Robin Williams, and I got very emotional, and it hurt. Like I didn't understand what I was feeling and why it was affecting me in such a way. And it took me a long time to realize that, like, Robin Williams, much like Christopher Reeve, much like many characters, basically like raised me. Like Robin Williams, you know, as the genie, as Mrs. Doubtfire, like as all these characters, like basically like was a best friend, was a confidant, was a magical, you know, sibling, was it was just
a safe space.
So, safe space. And so like it took me a long time to realize why that affected me so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Robin Williams is definitely one of those ones. Really quick before we move on from Christopher Reeve and all this, in the documentary, and I'm sure you probably know this, listeners may already know this, but like when he fell from that horse, they say in the documentary, and I think this has been known, that like had he even been like millimeters, had he had fallen like even millimeters differently, it would have been like an embarrassing fall.
Yep.
And if he had moved even like a millimeter in another direction, it would have killed him on impact. So like the fact that he like lived, and even in that sweet spot, like of him like being alive, but you know, clearly not being able to like be himself in the way that he wants to be himself, is sort of it's unfortunate, but also it, again, as you said, it sort of really showcases who he was, you know, going forward. So, and there is some like touchy subjects as well about like his kids, because you know, like I think he has an estranged kid from when he was a young man, that like he's not proud of that, but like it goes to show like even Superman can make mistakes.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm being too forgiving in that moment. I don't know how his kid feels about that, but like, you know, it's
the same thing like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't know how much great stuff he's done, like altruistically. I do know that he has some skeletons in his closet, but we still celebrate that man as being one of the greatest action stars ever. But I digress.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you something, Chris. Have you, and this is a weird segue. Again, we're not doing very good with segues today.
It's all good. It's all good in the club.
In the club. In the club? Yeah, it's all good in the club. Have you watched the trailer, the official trailer for The Bride?
I have. Have you?
That looks batshit crazy. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So this is it for everyone who hasn't seen it yet or doesn't know what we're talking about. There's a Maggie Gyllenhaal, or do you say Maggie Gyllenhaal or Gyllenhaal?
I say Gyllenhaal.
So different than me then, both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like I say like
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I say Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
But then sometimes my brain wants to say Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah,
which is dumb. It's the same last name.
It's dumb.
That's dumb. Why would I do that?
Dumb. In the club, we don't do that.
In the club, that is not fam.
That's not fam. Mid.
We watched the trailer. Well, we didn't watch it together, but I watched the trailer yesterday, and yeah, it looks pretty insane. Jessie Buckley, is that her name? Jessie Buckley, I want to say, is the actual lead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Christian Bale and Jake's in it as well, but like Jessie Buckley, I think, is the bride technically, and it's Maggie is the director of it, and yeah, it looks kind of insane, but also I'm interested. I'm excited. It seems like they're really just going crazy with it, which is interesting because every other Universal monster every other Universal monster movie they put out has been so paint by numbers and boring and average and milquetoast.
Well, I never watched Wolf. I haven't watched Wolfman still.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
okay.
fine.
But it's interesting also, like, so I'm excited for it. Christian Bale, one of the best actors, like just an incredible actor. He crushes it in this, and she looks. To me, I'm just going to throw this out there. It's going to sound weird, but I'm throwing this out there. To me, this looks like what the Joker 2 should have been like.
Yeah. So like the Joker 2, but with some substance.
Yes,
perhaps.
Exactly. Like wild stuff. Wild stuff. And then the other thing that's interesting about it is like we're also getting Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
And that's going to Netflix, and that's got Jacob Elordi as the monster. Oscar Isaac is in it. Mia Goth, Lars Mikkelsen, David Bradley, Christian Convery, Charles Dance, and Christoph Waltz as well. So this is going to be an interesting, I guess, release pattern of these movies coming out. So.
That's funny because it's like I think Guillermo del Toro has done that a couple times where he'll put out a movie around the same time that another movie is coming out of the same exact
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. That happened with Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And then I don't think this was, maybe it was. He didn't do a Jungle Book, did he? Because the two Jungle Book movies came out at like a similar time.
I don't think that. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, point being is that if you're a Frankenstein fan, you're eating good because there's going to be plenty to choose from.
I love how it's also not like your typical Transylvania or like like old world castle. Like this is like 1930s Chicago.
It's like a somewhat modern.
It's like Sinners.
Yeah, like a period piece, but
it's like Frankenstein during Prohibition, which I think it just looks good.
Yeah. Well, speaking of trailers, did you see the trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu?
I did.
Thoughts?
I did.
Are we all good? Are we all having fun in the club?
Fam? Okay, here's my thing. This is the last thing that we're getting of The Mandalorian and Grogu, right?
Now that's a question.
That's the question, because if this is it, I'm not happy with it.
I don't think it is. I think this is just like the next thing.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I like resolution, and I don't think I'm ever going to get resolution because, and you know what? Maybe I'll get it in this movie. Maybe I'll get what I want. I just want Grogu to fucking talk. Like, I want to hear some details from him. I want to know where he comes from. I want to know where Yoda comes from. I want to know all that shit because I'm tired. I've done the research. There's no information. This is bullshit.
It's one of the great mysteries of Star Wars is that, we don't know what it's like. It's Yoda. It's
Chewbacca from Endor. He can't be from Endor because the Ewoks are from Endor.
What's the female version? Waddle. There's a female version of Yoda in The Phantom Menace.
Is there really?
Look it up. But anyway, Grogu, he whines, or what do you call that when a baby like
He like grunts.
He grunts. He coos. Is that the thing that babies do? They coo.
Coo. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is that one. I remember. It looks like
what's her name? Like
weird.
Waddle or something?
Yeah, Yaddle.
Yaddle. That's what it was. I knew it. Yeah. So, but here's my sort of challenge to that, Aaron, is that like, did the prequels make Darth Vader any cooler?
No, we've already discussed this ad nauseum.
Yeah. So like maybe the more we know is worse.
Yeah.
Maybe it's sort of cooler that we don't know.
Yeah. Her first and only on-screen appearance was in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Nailed it. Yeah. She's like in the background and she's on the council, that little circle Jedi council.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Mandalorian.
It's not fair.
Mandalorian Grogu. Yeah, it is something that like when I watch it, I go, yeah, I get warm and fuzzies thinking about this universe still. But if you remember, and we've covered, I think season 2 and season 3 here on the show, I don't think we loved the last 2 seasons. So I don't know. It's one of those things like sort of, what do they call that? Oh gosh, there's a saying to it, but like the longer it goes on, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
I don't even like the font, like the Mandalorian Grogu font they show at the very end.
I don't like that. The fucking title card. Do not. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Man, I'm getting good at this stuff.
But it is being directed. It's being directed by Jon Favreau, so it could be good. We'll see.
It could be. Just take me back to season 1. Where he's trying to get his ship back from, or no, that's Boba Fett. That was terrible. He's trying to get his ship fixed. Yeah, just let's go back to that. And he's got to work with the Jawas to kill that monster. We got to go back to that time. There we go. Next bit of news.
Okay.
The last thing that I have to talk about that I wanted to talk about was Chris, K-pop Demon Hunters.
Don't know her. Wouldn't care to see her if I knew her.
You didn't watch K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, I'm one of the 11 people that haven't seen it yet. Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to throw this out there, man. You're missing out.
That's what I've heard.
You're missing out.
Olivia, and I don't have any. I don't have any prejudice against it. Like,
did she watch it, Olivia?
No. We don't have Netflix.
Wow. There's so many ways.
We've cut the cord, everybody.
There's so many ways to watch it without Netflix.
But the thing is, with those ways that we're talking about that are totally legal and like everyone definitely doesn't do. It is one of those things where you have to put the effort. There's a little bit of like actual, you have to want to do it. It's not that's the thing about Netflix, man. That's why I got away from it, is that when you have Netflix and we have these streaming services, you just watch what's in front of you. Whatever they suggest, you're like, oh, I should check that out. I have nothing to watch. And then you watch it. And I'm not saying that's what's happening with K-pop, but like, I'm so happy to not be in that sort of realm of ingestion,
Yeah. I will say this. I'm not like that because
I know.
Okay. I think you said kind of. I'm like, fuck you. No, I am not like that because, I tend to, I march to my own drum. I have my own beat, my own drum. She's got the beat, as they say in the club. But I got to say, like, this movie was good.
Do you have to know anything about K-pop at all beforehand?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you have
I was stationed in Korea. Yeah. I was stationed in Korea.
Aaron, I know you know stuff about Korea. Yeah. I get it. Do I have to know anything about Korea
no.
or K-pop or anything else?
Okay.
North, South, which one is it? I need to know.
Where do the K-pop Demon Hunters? They come from the North? No, you don't need to know shit about K-pop demons, anything, nothing. You don't know any. You don't need to know. There is no need to know. But I'll tell you this though, it's fun. It's more fun if you do know about like K-pop bands, because like you know who BTS is, right? You know who.
I've heard the name.
You know who? Was it Blackpink?
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
Okay, there's been a few like K-pop groups that have been really popular here. BTS being one of them, and honestly, it's insane because some of these groups. Do you remember in Pitch Perfect? I want to say 3 when they go to like I think that's 3 is when they went to Eurovision, and that the German team had like 50 people on it. I have seen K-pop performances where there's been a K-pop group with like 20 people in it.
What is how do you even do that? Like how does that even work?
it's just insane. But like the again, bigger groups, the better groups usually only have like 5 or 6. I think BTS had like 6 or 7. Actually, I want to Google that.
This is like Toto has like 20 members, and like 4 of them, it's like 8 of them are like drummers.
7 members. BTS has 7 members. Jin, Suga, J-Hope, RM, Jimin, V, Jungkook. So
who's hotter, Jim or Jin Cook?
Definitely Suga.
Suga's the hottest. Okay.
Yeah.
I prefer Sporty Spice myself. Tomato. It's all good in the club.
Salt and pepper. Anyways, the reason I bring up K-pop Demon Hunters is I think you're missing out on some really good entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: the music, the soundtrack, phenomenal. Even if you don't like K-pop, the soundtrack is phenomenal. It's like, honestly, Disney level good. Like better than many Disney films I've seen recently. Very, very, very good. And that means that this film pulled in, I'm just gonna say it broke many, many, many records. It pulled in 325.1 million views.
Wow. That be Wednesday?
Yeah.
Oh,
I believe so. I think so.
Well,
but it even had enough momentum to dethrone Squid Game season 1 as the platform's biggest release overall. The series held the crown for 4 years. So Squid Game held the crown for 4 years with 265.2 million views. But now the number to beat is a dropping obviously 325.1. So
here's the thing is that I don't even like put any weight behind the view thing, because like Red Notice was the highest viewed thing for a while too. So
yeah,
like it's just like whatever they throw in front of you.
Yeah.
And I have an excuse for why I haven't been able to see it, because Aaron, we've had collectively a couple of these, but most of these have been just me. So me personally, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, so far I've done 7. I'll have 9 interviews in September. That's why I haven't been able to watch anything. Like even Alien Earth, which is what we're talking about this week on the show, everybody. Aaron and I are just now catching up. Like, because I haven't been able to just like leisurely watch anything besides Peacemaker, which is still great. It's still awesome.
I finally got to watch that one as well. I'm waiting for, I'm watching it completely illegally, of course.
Yeah. With a subscription to Max, of course. You're a premium member.
No commercials.
It's going up in price again.
I will say this though. Alien Earth. I know we haven't talked about this, but we're going to talk about it soon. I'm loving it. I think you have a moth in your office, Chris.
I just smacked it. You see that? You see me fucking like I did like Kill Bill, like
Mothra. But yeah, no, I am so behind on everything because I know you've been
in your office, because that shit looks messy. Look at that shit, everybody. You can't see it. I will tell you right now, it looks like a tornado. It looked like Mothra. She said, "In the club, we are not fam. In the club, not fam." And she did like that rainbow dust shit she does all over your office. Sorry.
You hurt me. You really I don't know.
Cut me deep.
You got to come after me and hit me in a personal spot. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I've been busy as well. I've been doing lots of things. So I've been going back to I've been educating myself.
Yeah. Getting educated.
So I went to, I've been trying to get better emotionally.
Yeah.
All right. I've been doing the work. I've been putting the work in. Not in here, but I've been putting the work in.
Not in here, obviously.
Not in this office.
Not back here.
You can see I'm trying, but it's not going well. But I'm trying. So
well, you look great. So
I feel terrible.
In my heart, I feel bad.
I have heartburn. I'm physically broken, mentally tired, and emotionally hurt.
My throat has hurt for like a week and a half.
The acoustics in here are. Now, so you asked me. It's funny. Earlier, you asked me about my storage unit. So,
yep.
I have a storage unit in New Jersey, and they sent out a message like, "Hey, we're raising rates. A lot of people want to put their shit in here, so we got to charge more," which doesn't make any sense because I'm paying for the same amount of space. They just want to double it. And so I was like, no, Not going to do that. So what did I do? I rented a whole brand new unit under a different name with, using a promo code, and now I'm paying half for. All it cost me was I had less than 1 day to move everything from a 10x16 storage unit into another one on the next floor up.
Nice. That's ingenuity right there.
No, that's just pure stubbornness and just being cheap.
Well, but you're right. It's fucking annoying. They did the same thing to me when I had one in Missouri. Like they just increase it for no reason. And what they're doing is they're getting you cheaply into these units. And because why do we have a storage unit? To not move shit. Like we put all of our shit in the unit. Like that's where the shit goes. So it's not the house or whatever. So they get you to pull the stuff in the unit for cheap. And then they, over years, because I had my unit for like 3 years. Over time, they'll just keep increasing the price until they gouge you out, and it fucking sucks.
And what they say is that our real estate, a property value basically is going up because we have more people that it's like supply and demand. People move in like around the area, so they want to move their stuff in, and so what they do is they can raise the rent up to get people out, so they can bring more people in who are later on they're going to raise the amount up even higher. So it's just dumb.
Capitalism, baby. Late stage capitalism. It totally sucks.
That's why we have revolutionaries.
That's why we have revolutionaries. Everybody, Aaron and I are on our political bullshit today, I guess.
I'm on my shit.
It's a slow news day, apparently. Let's see. This weekend, Aaron's Smashing Machine comes out. So that'll be another movie I'll eventually go see at some point. I'm trying to think what else is coming up. Everybody, we on Patreon, I guess I'll say before we head out of here, on Patreon, I have set up a thread for you guys to send in a question for our panel that Aaron and I are going to be sitting in on with Bonner Milligan of the Short Box, Brad and Lisa from Comic Book Couples Counseling, and David Harper of Off Panel /Sketched. So go check out the Patreon, send us in a question. We would love to ask that during that live recording there in New York at New York Comic Con. And again, last opportunity, because I'm going to be sending these out next week. If you want a poster or a sticker, I already have the folks that have said something on Patreon. I've already got your name down. But if you want a poster or sticker, let us know. I will set aside a set for you. But if you don't say anything, I will not set anything aside. It's not going to be like I send one to everybody kind of thing. So
I need to find a copy of my sticker from the first one we did.
I have one for you if you don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got this one.
Yep. I still have a couple extras. So
okay, cool.
All right, everybody. That'll do it for the grid. Thank you all again. If this is sort of a primer, it's kind of a weird episode to show you guys what we do on the grid, but this is kind of what it is. It's sort of very frontal lobe, mind throw up. So
word vomit.
Yeah. How do people get this every week, Aaron? Can you remember off the top of your head?
It's easy. Patreon.com/Oblivion Bar Pod. You can actually sign up for a free 7-day trial, man. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
That's kind of crazy. Who would do that?
It's crazy. I think I would.
Because in the club,
we're all fam.
We're all fam.
Yeah. Free 7-day trial with your subscription to the Oblivion Bar podcast, Patreon. You get access to show notes. You get access to behind the scenes stuff. You get access to, you get free stuff. We send out free stuff all the time. Comics, gift packs of stuff.
Yeah.
Trinkets, t-shirts, posters, like just tons of stuff. So like you can't lose. You get your money out of it. I'll tell you that much.
That's right. Absolutely. The poster and sticker being a great example of this, because the only people who are going to have access to this, our New York Comic Con sticker and poster, is the folks that'll be there at New York Comic Con. But we want to make sure that you guys get yours. So, and Aaron and I just ordered our shirts. So they are they're currently being made. And I got, it was basically, it's the cover on the front with the trade dress. On the right sleeve, it's the New York Comic Con logo. Nice. And on the back, it's our Oblivion Bar logo. They don't know shit. No one's going to tell them.
Are you going to send it ahead to me? Are you going to send it to me? And then I'm going to bring it to the show for you?
Yes, I will send it ahead. When I send you all the posters and stuff that we're going to need for the show, I'll send you the shirt. So
great. I'll have extra posters for sale. If you guys want.
Just $60 a pop.
69.
Near mint plus.
$69.99.
Plus shipping, tariffs, Aaron.
And a handy.
You get a HJ or a ZJ. You can pick.
Oh, that you don't give me that. I give you that.
Yeah. You have to get one from Aaron.
Yes, that's
And as we say here,
it's a troll toll.
as we say on the show, Aaron, if you don't know what a ZJ is,
You can't afford it.
can't afford it. If you don't know what it is, we can't tell you. You clearly don't have the funds.
It's your broke ass.
With your broke ass. All right, everybody. That'll do it for the Grid episode 180. Aaron, anything before we let the folks go?
I'm just happy to be here, part of the team.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Grid. We appreciate it. We will see you next week back behind the paywall for episode 180.